So lately our world has been affected by numerous diseases and problems such as air pollution, water pollution and even land pollution. So what would be one of the major causes that comes to our mind when you think about the current situation of the world? That would be solid waste. Now considering that, throwing the waste away is throwing our future away. Good morning everyone, my name is Sunil Das, I read in class 8 and I'm from Monodaya Academy, Tangla.
And my name is Debashish Sohria, I read in class 8 and I am from Monodaya Academy, Tangla.
We have jointly created this project, Municipal Dumping Site and Health Hazards to the Proximate Communities at Borjala, Tangla. Now, let's come to the introduction of our project. So, what is solid waste exactly? The definition of solid waste would be, in a community, the solid and semi-solid waste products that are produced through various activities that are neither wanted and nor useful are known as solid waste. Now, what can be solid waste? Solid waste can be anything from plastic bottles, waste tires, seepage, furniture, broken furniture, toys that are mostly made out of plastic, garbages, appliances, oil cans, product packaging, grass clippings, furniture, clothing, food scraps, newspapers, paint, batteries, and many more. Now, did you know that tons of solid waste are generated daily in the Tangla town? So keep in mind, we're not talking about the monthly or weekly generation of waste in the town. Rather, we are talking the daily generation, which is in tons. Now, you can imagine how much waste is produced daily, or monthly, or weekly. Now, less than half of the solid waste produced in Tangla town is collected, which means the other part is remains scattering in that area for animals to be disturbed by, that can lead to spread of various diseases. Now, 65% of that amount of solid waste are indiscriminately thrown away at various dumping sites and the peripheries of urban centers. Now, due to this indiscriminate dumping of solid waste, there has been many problems such as environmental degradation.
As we know, tons of solid waste are generated in the Tangla town daily. Let's now discuss the effects of solid waste. An inefficient solid waste management municipal system causes serious negative environmental impacts like infectious diseases, pollution of water and land, loss of biodiversity, and blockage of drains which leads to waterlogging. Solid waste contain harmful chemicals that can leak into the soil, posing a threat to plants, animals, and humans. Plastics that are colored are harmful as their pigment contains heavy metals that are highly toxic. Some of the heavy harmful metals found in plastic include copper, lead, cobalt, etc. They are also reported to be a cause of cancer, meaning they are carcinogenic.
So now let's come to the aims of our project. Through this project, we plan to do many things, such as we plan to find out the source of waste generation in the Tangla town. We also want to collect the information of storage and processing of solid waste in Tangla town. We want to know the composition of different types of solid waste produced in the Tangla town. Lastly, we want to collect the information of solid waste management. Now, the methodology of our project. So, in order to generate the necessary data, we had to carry out a study that involved a number of field-based activities. Now, our initial study involved an assessment of the source and the types of municipal wastes, and also disposal facilities and management of those wastes in Tangla. We carried out this project in this month of November, from November 2 to November 9. In order to generate the necessary data, we visited the field multiple times.
Concluding the following methodology, we have created a work plan. Nowadays, waste management has become a burning problem in the urban, rural, and industrial areas. So, during the study, importance was given on the different improper handling of hazardous waste, contaminants in the atmosphere, and the surrounding environment of the locality. During this study, all the 4 wards of the Tangla town were visited to collect the necessary data. The result of the present work were analyzed in the light of different aspects, including the impact of solid waste on the health of rag pickers, workers, as well as in the surrounding environment. Let us now come to the analysis of our study. Solid waste is generated by humans. Thus, the population statistics of the area has become an important factor in our present study. Tangla town has a population of 70,183, out of which 8,883 are men and 8,300 are female, as per the report released by the Census India 2011. This is a table that labels the area, population and population density of each ward in the Tangla town.
Now let's learn the waste generation. So during the field study, we come to learn that around 15 to 17 quintals a day of solid waste is produced daily in the Tangla town, and this number rises up to 20 to 22 quintals in in Tuesdays and Fridays, as there is market on these 2 days. So the total quantity of waste generation in ward number 1 of Tangla town is about 3.8 quintals per day, among which 50% biodegradable, 25% recyclable, 15% non-recyclable, and a mere 10% is debris and silt. In ward number 2, 4.2 quintals a day of solid waste is produced, among which 47% is biodegradable, 27% is recyclable, and 19% is non-recyclable, and the remaining 7% is debris and silt. In ward number 3, 3.2 quintals a day of solid waste is produced, among which 53% is biodegradable, 16% recyclable, 9% debris and silt, 22% non-recyclable wastes. In ward number 4, 3.8 quintals a day of solid waste is produced, among which 52% biodegradable, 18% recyclable, 11% of debris and silt, and 19% of non-recyclable wastes. We can see the following data represented in this chart, and all the 4 municipal wards of the Tangla town and waste produced by in it is also represented in this pie diagram.
Let us now discuss the zone-wise details of waste collection in the Tangla town. Tangla Town Committee has provided a large number of community bins at reasonable distances depending upon the local requirement. But still, in some areas, people throw the waste in open spaces. In all the 4 wards of the Tangla town, there were 160 community bins, but only 27 of them are found at present. 133 community bins were either damaged or destroyed. During the study, 33 open dumping sites were also detected. Let's now discuss what is waste collection. Waste collection is a crucial phase of waste management, which includes activities such as placing community bins and collecting the waste from those bins. Tangla Town Committee collects the waste every morning of all the working days from the community bins available. The community bins of the interior places of the wards and from the open dumping sites are not collected daily. Tangla Town has involved 16 persons in the collection and disposal of those waste. Among them, 4 persons are drivers, 10 are persons who collect the garbages, and 2 are the departmental in charges of the TTC. Tangla Town Committee has 4 vehicles to collect the waste. Out of them, one tractor, 1 trailer, 1 dumper placer, and 2 tippers.
Disposal of wastes. The waste is disposed in a landfill site at Bozala Tangla, and this landfill site is 4 to 5 bighas large, and also it is very well protected with a tall brick wall. Now the disposal is dumped in the landfill openly, and subsequently that gives rise to contamination. However, exactly close to this site there is no human settlements, due to which there is no impact and reports of this from the public. And also Tangla Town Committee has not created out any precautions to solve these problems. Now when we visited the site, most of the time we realized that the Tangla Town Committee workers burned the most of the wastes, which has been confirmed by the local people. Discussion. So the landfill site of Tangla Town is not a well-maintained place, and also there is a possible threat for the groundwater contamination that could be a serious health hazards to the people of Tangla. Also, open dump garbages is an attractive site for organisms such as rats, mosquitoes, cockroaches, etc. that are carriers of diseases such as dengue, malaria, and many. So most of the waste remains laying down that causes very foul smell. Now we have realized this when we visited the area. So the smell is so strong that you cannot even stay there. The workers who are associated with the process of solid waste management at different levels are also vulnerable to many diseases. many diseases due to constant and long-term contact with the solid waste. Now, during the waste loading processes, dust particles become mixed with the air, causing air pollution. And also, sometimes the authority burns the solid waste that releases severe harmful gases to the environment that causes further air pollution. Now, the suggestions to solve our problem. In order to solve these problems, we have to carry out some of the points. So, we have to create awareness among the people. Now, why should we aware the people? It is so that to reduce the amount of solid waste from the sources. Also, waste can be further used through reprocessing and recycling, but for this, the public has to be careful to recycle and reuse instead of throwing away the byproducts.
Let us now discuss some more suggestions of waste management. People must upgrade themselves for an optimum use of raw materials so that the hazardous waste generation is reduced to a bare minimum. Concerned authorities should arrange some scientific processes for the waste management and their safe disposal. The landfill site should be treated regularly to stop the spread of germs into the surrounding areas. People must not throw garbages in open spaces.
Now let's come to the conclusion of our project. Tangla is a prominent and fast-growing urban centers in Assam, but the management and disposal of soil management is not very scientific, and it has been creating serious environmental issues to the people of Tangla. Also, insanitary method of water disposal is also a serious health issue for the public, as it can cause various diseases. And also, the combined effects of uncollected wastes and poor handling and inadequate disposal, safeguards, and municipal wastes have always inclination for various diseases and air pollution. Now, so it is a very high time to take necessary action before the alarm rings. These are the references that we took to carry out this project. Now let's end our project with our slogan:
Recycle it all, no matter how small.
Thank you.